Russia been fighting for a very long time now. Do y'all think this is going to end the war between Ukraine and Russia? Like, do y'all think he going to be able to create some type of peace between the two? I don't know. So let's see what they talking about. But in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this is an ongoing war that's just going to continue?
For more on this, let's bring in Jim Walsh, international security expert. President Trump famously said that ending the Russia-Ukraine war was going to be one of his first priorities, and he said it was going to be relatively easy. It's proving not to be the case, Jim.
Ending war, what in my business they call war termination, is often difficult absent a clear winner, right? If one side sort of crushes the other side, well, things can get solved pretty quickly. But we're in a middle muddle here. We're in the middle where, John, Ukraine can tell itself a story that if it just hangs.
Do y'all think Russia is having a real problem with Ukraine? Because this shit been going on for a long time, yo. Comments, tell me.
On for another year, it can win the war. And Putin can tell himself another story that says, well, if I hang in there, the Ukrainians will get sick of this and they'll give in. And under those circumstances, negotiating an end to a war is very difficult.
Well, I recall, thinking about the Blitzkrieg in London. The Nazis thought that if they just bombed London hard enough and threw enough V-1s at that city, that the British would eventually give up, but it didn't work. They eventually, the British, it only steeled their resolve back in World War II, and this
it made them fight
bloody
harder.
assault on residential areas in Ukraine might be having the same effect for the Ukrainians.
Yeah, there's a long debate in security studies about strategic bombing. Can you just drop bombs from the air and impose your will? And actually, the historical record is not that great. And yes, Russia continues to pummel away at Ukraine, but it's killing 10 and 20, and 30 people at a time in a country of millions. Now, Russia's the more powerful. Russia has a bigger economy and a bigger population, but it's running its economy into the ground. So on the one hand, you have Ukraine, which is, they're fighting in Ukraine. They're not fighting in Russia. They're fighting in Ukraine, and they're taking the brunt of this, right in the mouth. On the other hand, Russia is not sitting prettily. Its own economic ministers are saying in a year it's going to run out of money. And so both sides come into, well, there won't be two sides. Both sides are weakened and are feeling some pain, and that includes Putin. And the question is whether that's enough to get an agreement, because
that's
often,
a lot of
John,
loss.
What is required is when you're in this sort of long war, is the two sides come to a point of stalemate and exhaustion. I'm not sure we're at that point yet.
In the latest Fox News poll, Americans were asked, about support for Ukraine. 38% said the U.S. should be doing more, according to our latest Fox News survey. Back in October of last year,
As an American citizen, in the comments, y'all see this. What y'all think? Like, where y'all stand at with this right here? Like, do y'all think we should be doing more for the war, for Ukrainians? Should we be doing less, the same? What y'all think? This shit been going on for a long time now.
Last year, it was at 23%. So it appears that American support to help Ukraine is actually on the rise.
Yeah, I think so. And part of it is you see these stories coming out of prisoners being executed, war crimes.
Damn.
Putin has had a couple of opportunities to end the war, and he's decided to.
See, Putin was a soldier. So the way they do shit is the way they do shit. He was a soldier. You know what I mean? He has no, man, he stumped down off the top. Like, Trump is not a soldier. As you can see, he's trying to hurt him by taxing him with tariffs and shit like that. But I don't know, man. I don't think that shit gonna be enough for them to stop this shit. Like, dude's a soldier. Like, he got his eye on something he wanted. Like, man. But it's sad, though. So many lives being lost behind this shit. Like, I always tell them, it's free will, man, and this is what we chose to do with our free will. So, I don't know, man.
Bulldoze on ahead. And so I think the American public tends to be sympathetic to a country that's invaded by a foreign power. And that's what we've got here. And as you pointed out, with the children being abducted and all the rest of it, is an ugly, ugly scene. And naturally, Americans are going to, they're not going to be sympathetic to Putin in this situation. But it won't be American public opinion that decides this war, unfortunately, John. It's going to be the mainly, Trump can have an impact here, but it's mainly going to be the two combatants, the ones that are fighting. Those are the parties that tend to settle these things one way or another. And so unless you have Ukraine and Russia on the same page, on some sort of agreement, then it's going to be hard to make progress.
Americans might not be sympathetic to Putin, but they think that he has the upper hand in the negotiations. That also, according to our latest Fox News poll, 58% say he's got the upper hand. 35% say Trump has the upper hand. How do you see it, Jim?
That's a large margin.
Well, I think in the war itself, yes, Putin, or really we should say Russia in this case, has the upper hand. Why? Again, they're fighting on Ukraine. There's no fighting happening in Russia
at all.
It's the bigger country with the larger military. And so sort of these, and as
but having like fucking problems
right on the border there, resupply is relatively easy. So in sort of the things
it's like David versus Goliath, homie. You got a giant fighting this little man. And this little man is outpowering you like a motherfucker. He's fighting. He ain't giving up either. So what makes them think Trump can stop this shit?
You pay attention to in war fighting, they've got a lot of big advantages. But I think Trump walks into this and he has some advantages too. As Ukraine grows weaker, as Putin grows weaker, Trump is not in that situation. And has some ability to try to pressure the two. But again, at the end of the day, when two parties are fighting, it's hard to make them do something they don't want to do on something as critical and important as this.
Jim Walsh, always good to talk to you, Jim. Thank you.
Great to see you, John. Thanks.
What y'all think, man? In the comments below, let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Should America be doing more or should we be doing less? Man, it's like two brothers fighting and shit, in their own backyard. One just want the whole thing, the other just want peace, and he just want to have it, his life. Yo, it's MalReactTV. I hope to see you back on the next one. Peace.